Welcome to My School is Your School. This is the program from Montgomery College that connect Montgomery College with the community. I am Gloria Bonilla. And please remember this phone number if you want to get assistance from us. It's 240-567-5000. This is the response center for the college. And they're open Monday through Friday during business hours. Do not forget, call 240-567-5000 and we will be there to assist you. Today I'm very pleased and proud to introduce Juan Manuel Guzmán. He is a graduate student from the college who is here to share his story, a good one, an excellent one. He graduated in 2011 from Montgomery College and continued with his education. Juan Manuel, he introduced himself as an activist. And I think it's because he had lived through the experience of going, arriving in the United States with no documentation and make it here and finding and learning about other students with similar circumstances. I'm very pleased to introduce Juan Manuel Guzmán. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
And thank you for accompanying us. This is fantastic. I'm glad you're here. So, could you give me a brief description or about what was it for you when you came to the United States? What your images, what the impressions? You know, it's a different world when you come to the United States. You know, if you never visit the States, it's a different world completely.
That's true.
What went through your mind?
Well, I think we have to step back a little bit. I come from Bolivia. At the time, it was one of the poorest countries in South America. There was a political, economic, and social crisis at the beginning of the last decade. So which forced a lot of my people, my family, to migrate to the United States. I come here because I was bringing my 5-year-old nephew so he could reunite with his father. I come here, but I also come here because I was a very, young, inexperienced a man who wanted to see the world through his own eyes. Coming here to the United States, I obviously did see a lot of differences between what is what they call the developed world, which I believe it's like a misnomer, but the differences between Latin America and the United States, which go beyond just geographics. It's a different reality. It's a different reality. It was shocking just to see the level of abundance, the infrastructure, the way in which you could see so much people just going and doing so much stuff. The stores, there's this sense of abundance here in the United States. So those were first impressions, but at the same time, there is this personal experience as a migrant, as an undocumented migrant. Yes, you have, in this country, you can see a lot of cars in stores and this and that, but at the same time, you have your own reality. You are an undocumented immigrant in the United States, and that means that is a whole different thing. Mm-hmm. Because to me, it began a process of a very difficult process in my life.
And it is, I think, is you had to grow very quickly. You were probably very young. How old were you?
I was 17.
Yeah, 17. And I think is what it hits you is that one, you're here. You probably have family, but how did you start it? You had to find work. How did you do? You wanted to go to school?
Oh yeah.
What were your dreams? What were your expectations?
Yeah, when I came here, I realized that higher education was out of the reach of my hands. So, I was very conscious about that. At the same time, when I came here, one has to work in the United States. There is no other way you can survive. Mm. So I started working in construction with my uncle. My first day, I remember I went to Home Depot to load concrete blocks. So it was a difficult moment. For 2 years, I just worked and tried to learn English in, in schools, in different schools here in Montgomery County. So yeah, I worked. I tried to learn English as soon as I got here. Yeah.
So your aspiration was to go to school and
Yes.
continue with your education, and you were able to find Montgomery College.
Yeah, I found out about Montgomery College because at the time my cousins were in high school and they were talking about the Montgomery College. Montgomery College. Okay, what's Montgomery College? So I came here. I went to an open house. I remember I didn't know how to fill out a form. I didn't know how to fill out a form in English. I didn't know how to get my MC card. I remember, and I think I mentioned this before. I went to the office of Mr. Vallejo.
Yeah.
Vallejo. I knocked on his door. So I was like, so it says
How
that
do I do this?
Yeah. I was just asking him. So how do I do this and that? So just finding out.
Yeah,
Finding
and
out.
it's something that I always tell the public is that you come to the college, there are people who can guide you. It's different, but you can get it done. You done this, so to me it shows persistence and initiative from your part. That you have a reality, but you say, I do want to go to school. I want to get a degree, and they said this is probably my way in. It's my way to do it. So through the college, you were spending quite a bit of time at the school and working. It is a different reality. Here is, it is possible, and you focus yourself on this because you went on and got your bachelor's degree.
Yes.
And that was not the end of it.
That was not the end of it. Yeah. After Montgomery College, I went to the University of Baltimore, and then I went to Georgetown University where I completed my master's degree. But yeah, it was something that I really wanted to push myself into, and thanks God it worked out. But right after that, also I began to feel this call in my heart that I wanted to do something for my community.
I remember you telling me this, that the biggest project in your life was what?
It was higher education. It was just to go to school. Like, I didn't know how to. Yeah,
It was amazing to read that because that I think to me that this is your biggest project, and not only for yourself. You want to make sure that this education is possible for others too, and that's why you're an activist, are you?
Yes, there's a lot of reasons why I became an activist, but mainly because this happened in the summer of 2015. I was looking at what at the time seemed like a bad joke. This guy talking about the way, talking about immigrants in such a disparaging way, and I became angry at the fact that my people are not rapists. My people are not.
Yes.
I became increasingly angry at the fact that this political party was moving into this ultra conservative route, and I know for a fact because I work alongside immigrants, we're not like that. You're talking about me, not just my people. It's about me.
So you are part of a national organization.
Yes.
What is this organization? Who are you?
United
What's
We
the
Dream
name?
is
Yeah.
the largest immigrant youth network, undocumented immigrant youth network. It is the movement. It comes out of the movement belongs to the Dreamer movement. That is started. Yes, it is started as a way to obtain tuition equity, an opportunity for students, for undocumented students, to go to college.
Yes.
It started like that, but it grew and it became something more than just education equity. It deals with a lot of things more. With now, United We Dream advocates for the behalf of undocumented youth, but not only undocumented youth, but also the parents. We're advocating against the deportations and the policies that are coming from this new administration. And United We Dream right now, it's at the forefront of the rights of the fight for immigrant rights. And one specific thing that we're doing right now, we are fighting for the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, DACA, which has been deadly poisoned by an attorney general by the attorney general in Texas, who now has threatened the government that if the president does not end the DACA program, they were going to sue on September 5th.
So it's coming.
So it's coming. So that is where we are. Like, we are fighting hard to keep these protections, this victory for undocumented youth, because we have to remember that this program was not just given to undocumented youth by the previous president. It was fought. It was hardly fought. Like, undocumented youth went to the streets. They got arrested. They heckled presidents and stuff. So it was a victory that was earned.
The other piece, and I think you probably, with your organization, is looking into this too, is that there are other also temporary status that have been assigned,
TPS.
and now the temporary status that may be affected or impacted depending on where the decisions go. How can the community learn more about United We Dream? How can the community become part of?
Yeah, I would say a text to all of our people that are watching us. Text "Here to Stay" to 877-877. Here to Stay to 877-877. And do follow us on social media. We are on Facebook. We are on Twitter. So check our emails, our social media accounts, and you can also send us email through our website, unitedwedream.org. So there's many ways that they can get touch with us. So I encourage them to.
I think it's I commend what you're doing. And I think you present an incredible story, the story of the immigrant that comes to the United States, the story of somebody who's persistent, the person who shows initiative because you search, you went and looked for help, and here you are. Because when I learned that you not only graduated from the college, from Montgomery College, went on to get your bachelor's degree, and then you went to Georgetown University, and then you were able, because of your grades, to get a scholarship. To me, it shows how much potential we have, and we have to do it. We cannot give up.
Yes, that is true. We can't allow ourselves to give up.
Yeah.
Despite how difficult our circumstances are, especially right now, in a moment in which immigrants and refugees and other groups that are being affected, such as the Muslim community and the LGBTQ, we cannot allow ourselves to give up. Yeah. We have to keep struggling. Yeah.
Yes. So thank you so very much for coming and joining us today, Juan Manuel, and best wishes and much success with your work. We almost run out of time, but I want to leave you with a message that education is possible. And if you need any help enter into the College Indian Assistant, call 240-567-5000, and we're here to assist you. It's been a pleasure. Take care, and please stay tuned. Bye.
We've had the old and the new, and now the fast and the slow.